Okay, this is the Game is on 100 here with a video, and this video is my thoughts on the WWE Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. Let's get started. This Hell in a Cell pay-per-view was decent at best. The opening match was good. Triple threat tag team match was good. It was good to see the Rhodes retain their titles. I was thinking and knew that they were going to retain their titles because they want to keep the titles on the Rhodes brothers until January or February, then have them drop them so they can set up their WrestleMania match. I'm expecting that to happen in the next months, so that was total obvious right there. I also knew heading in, I knew that Randy Orton was going to win the WWE title, and I knew John Cena was going to win the World Heavyweight Championship as well. I knew that was going to be a guarantee, and that did happen. Um, the other matches, the impromptu Dean Ambrose, Biggie Langston. Dean Ambrose won by Biggie Langston won by a count out. Dean Ambrose get counted out. It looks like the WWE is going to be pushing the Biggie Langston now. What they say, what they're going to do with him, if they're going to put him be in the U.S. Championship picture or in the IC title picture. It just depends. They found out that Curtis Axel suffered a freak accident with the two of his hips are injured. So he probably might have to vacate the Intercontinental title. So there will probably be a tournament for the IC title, and we'll see what happens with that. Good thing Biggie Langston looked good against Dean Ambrose. Didn't have a problem with that match. The other filler match was the Great Khali, Natalia, Fandango, and Summer Rae. I knew this was going to be a so-so match. I knew Summer Rae was a I knew Summer Rae was pretty good wrestler. She's been wrestling in NXT. I'm not surprised by that. Actually, she did a pretty good, decent job in the ring. I knew she has the experience. She's down in NXT wrestling, so it's not a big deal for me. Um, the other matches on the night. The Lost Matadors, they beat the Real Americans. I knew the Matadors was going to win. They're not going to be losing their debut pay-per-view match. I knew they were going to win. That was total obvious. AJ Lee did retain her Divas title. I knew that was going to happen because they're still going to be building the AJ Lee and Tamina story. They're going to be still building that up. So I knew AJ Lee was going to retain the Divas title. CM Punk versus Ryback and Paul Heyman. I knew Punk was going to win, and that was interesting that Punk beat the crap out of Paul Heyman on top of the cell with the candlestick and put the GTS on him. That was good to see that Punk got his revenge on Paul Heyman, and we'll see what Punk goes after this. If the WWE is smart, they probably might have take a leave of absence because we know he's dealing with still dealing with the injuries, and he probably will take a break now and come back early next year and get ready for a WrestleMania program. That's what I'm expecting. I don't know if that will happen or not, but since the return of John Cena with the Alberto Del Rio match, I knew John Cena was going to win. Everyone was expecting Damien Sandow to cash in. It was a good thing there was no cash in. Let John Cena get the win. It's going to be more important now. Whoever beats John Cena for the World Heavyweight Championship, that person's going to be relevant. Whoever defeats John Cena for that championship, so that's all good. It makes the World Heavyweight Championship mean something. It becomes relevant again. Del Rio did a good job as World Heavyweight Champion, but give it to John Cena. He's relevant. That brings back the prestige back to the World Heavyweight Championship. I knew that would happen. And of course, the WWE Championship match. It was decent. I enjoyed it. The finish. Um, Something of that array. I knew Randy Orton was going to win the match because this past week on Raw and SmackDown, Randy Orton got the bitter end of the of going into Hell in a Cell because Randy Orton didn't look strong on Raw. He didn't look strong on SmackDown. Daniel Bryan looked strong on Raw and SmackDown. So I knew Randy. So I knew Randy Orton was going to win the WWE title. I knew Shawn Michaels was going to do something in this match. It did happen. I figured Shawn Michaels was going to do something to Daniel Bryan. I knew that was a mile away. I seen that from a mile away. I knew that was going to happen as soon as the fans picked Shawn Michaels. I knew that was going to happen. That Randy Orton was going to win at Hell in a Cell, and by wrestling logic is if you lose on TV before the pay-per-view, normally you would win. Or if you look strong at the ending, you're going to lose on pay-per-view. That's Wrestling 101. It happened with Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan ended up on top on Monday night. He ended up being on top on SmackDown. So I knew Randy Orton was going to win the WWE title that night. And I know the IWC fans are upset right now, but I'm all for this Randy Orton for his WWE Championship run. I'm all for it. Randy Orton needs the WWE title to play in his new vicious Viper character that he started the day after the Night of Champions pay-per-view when Stephanie McMahon told him to be the ruthless Randy Orton. I love the ruthless Randy Orton. I like the vicious Randy Orton character. I love it so much. And this is what Triple H means what is right for business is for Randy Orton to be WWE champion. There's more money to be made in the chase than to be champion. There's more money to be made in the chase. So that was total obvious by that. I knew that was going to happen, but overall, it was a decent pay-per-view. John Cena wins, brings relevance for the World Heavyweight Championship. I agree with that. Randy Orton, WWE Champion. Props to that. It's good for the long run. I am impressed with this. This is The Game Is On 100. I am out. Later.